Hey guys, how y'all doing? This is King again with the Credit Builders on Facebook. Credit Builders on Facebook. You can check us out. Credit Builders, free credit repair and funding advice. So I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. I've been getting a lot of inboxes from people asking me a lot of similar questions. How do I fix my credit? If I wanted you to fix my credit, how much would you charge? How long does the process take? What type of guarantees do you have? Can I get a consultation? So let me just kind of answer those questions real quick, and then I'm gonna get into the material as far as the actual process of how to fix your credit and the process that we take on how we fix our clients' credit and get results. We've been having a little bit of excitement with some of the results we've been posting of late, and then getting some people some funding. So that was pretty cool. Some high limit credit cards. So people are pretty excited about that. So let's just get right into it. So as far as how you fix your own credit, we have the files. And for you guys have seen me point this out, you might be thinking it's a little redundant, but we do have the files right here in the file section. You just go here and you'll see our letters there. You'll see most, I would say 80 to 90% of the letters that we use on a day-to-day business, on a day-to-day basis, you'll see right there in the files. And then as far as the process, you'll see that in the pinned post right here, where it's pinned, as far as our credit builders getting started handbook. And that handbook is actually a little old. I need to update it. There's some information inside there that doesn't apply anymore. So every now and again, I'll probably have to update this video soon enough too. So with that being said, how much do we charge to fix your credit? We charge $295, and that takes care of everything. If you have public records, if you have judgments, collections, whatever it is, $295 will get you in. And that may be temporary for the group right now. It is a lot of work, and $295 really isn't much for the type of work that we do on some of these accounts. Some accounts is pretty easy, and a lot of the accounts are not. And the nature of the group, if an account is really easy, most people want to do it themselves. If the account's really hard, meaning they have everything underneath the sun that's wrong with it, then they want to hire us. So we don't really get a lot of breaks. We're normally working pretty difficult accounts. So for all you guys that have easy accounts, please sign up. Give us a break. But we don't back down from any challenge. So no matter what your situation is, give us a chance and we'll help you out. If you're just wanting to do an analysis, you want to look at your credit and give you a recommendation, what letters you need, the process, when you need to send out X, Y, and Z, so you know exactly what you need to do, give you a complete game plan, we'll charge $25 for that. As far as like some enhancements, like adding trade lines or those type of things, I'll get into that for you. And as far as guarantees, what we do is that typically it takes at least 30 to 45 days to see some results. Sometimes it could be even longer depending what needs to take place. For instance, if you have public records, we have to have certain things in place before we start to dispute, and I'll get into that as well. So sometimes it could be a little bit longer, but we do have a guarantee that is in place. It'll be on our Facebook page. It'll be on our website, where if we don't provide positive results for you within 90 days, because that's fair for us, give it at least 90 days to work for you, they will give you a refund, no question asked. It's not a big deal. So we're just trying to be fair and sensible. So if you're fair and sensible, please come aboard and we'll be happy to work with you. So with that being said, let's get into the process. Keep in mind, this process is for about 85% of credit issues. There's certain things that we just cannot cover in a handbook, and I can't do in a video. It'll take me too long. And the reality is, for some of these advanced methods and tactics, the common person really isn't interested. And some of you may, but most of the time they're not. At that point, they're really looking for help. And if I were to get into all of that, it would really just power other people looking to start their credit repair business, which I'm not against, but I'm not getting paid for it. So I'm here to empower the average, or not average, just a common person. I'm not really here to educate other credit repair companies. So that's not really my motive. And maybe one day, but as of today, that's not my motive or my intention. So let's get into this handbook. And again, guys, let me enlarge this. Again, so much of this has changed. Even the logo, you can see that's an old logo. Like, that's not even the same. But I'm just trying to fly through this because it's a lot of content. So the first thing you want to do is get a copy of credit report. I use Credit Check Total. There's other credit monitoring sites. I like Credit Check Total. It's easy to read. It gives you your FICO score. It's not messy. So I like it. And it's the only thing I use with my clients. So if you want me to work with you, I can't work on your Credit Karma, guys. I'm sorry. I need to see what all 3 of your scores are. Credit Karma gives you 2. And I need to see what all the complete accurate reports on all 3 bureaus so I can work from a place of confidence. Some of these monitoring sites, they're just very inaccurate and unreliable. So if we're working together, we're going to be signing up with Credit Check Total or the next best alternative. You can't sign up for Credit Check Total. But again, Credit Check Total is where we want to be ideally. After that, the same information we use, the same phone numbers. When we're disputing, we call bureaus, we fax bureaus, we send bureaus letters. We hit them, from the ground, the sea, the air. We are very aggressive in our pursuits to get these items removed as quickly as possible. So if you have the time, the patience, you can call credit bureaus for different reasons. I had this one lady tell me she called to get some collections removed. It doesn't work like that. But you can call, for instance, if you're getting some personal information updated. So there's certain things you could call for or fax for or email or send certified letters for that, you can't do for other reasons. So you just got to have a little bit of strategy. But if all else fails, just send a certified letter. So this information is just for expeditious results if you understand what you're doing. But moving along, we talk a little bit about establishing credit, and I'm just going to talk on this quickly because it's not about trade lines. I did a trade line video, and I have another trade line video I owe you guys. But just to talk about this quickly, because again, I did talk about it already, is the rent reporters. See, a lot of times people with poor credit, they don't have positive credit. Credit is a two-sided coin. You have the bad stuff that's on there, and then you have the good stuff that's not on there. So good credit is a representation of having good, positive payment history. It's not a representation of not having bad credit, if you guys are following with that. So if you have, most of the times, the people that I see with bad credit, they have the collection accounts, they have the charge-off accounts, they have the public records, bankruptcies, they have the judgments, they have all that stuff, but they don't have the credit card for 5 years with perfect payment. They don't have the auto loan for 3 years of perfect payment. They don't have the mortgage for 10 years of perfect payment. Those accounts they do not have. So in lieu of those accounts, we have to try to supplement you somewhere, somehow. So if you just have bad credit, and I take all the negative stuff off, and you're a 500, you're not going to be a 750. You might be a 590, you might be 580, you might be even a 605, but you're not going to be a 750. So that's why these accounts come in. They're inexpensive and they work. Rent reporters, there's a discount code here, BA543. You can sign up with them. They'll give you 2 years payment history to your credit report, rental history. So whatever you're paying for rent, they'll report that to your credit. Then you have Jewelers Club. Then you have $5,000 line of credit. So it's for their website exclusively. So you can only purchase stuff from their website. You have to pay like a $99 fee. You have to order at least one thing from their website. Then they'll activate the line for you. I see a lot of people, they'll sign up. They'll pay the $99 fee but never order from them. And then they come back upset like, hey, it never posted to my credit. And I ask them, hey, did you order a watch, a necklace, anything from them? No. Well, okay, that's why I didn't post. So you have to make sure you order at least one product from them in order to activate the account. And they'll take just about anybody. And there's a few exclusions here. If your bankruptcy is active, you have outstanding child support or excessive IRS tax liens. But that's over $35,000. But if you don't have that, if you sign up for them, they're approving you. They're giving you $5,000. It's a good starter account to start building credit with. And then you have self-lender. And this product has been around. Self-lender just kind of made it simple. You know, you can go to your bank, you can go to your credit union, get a credit builder loan where you just put up some money and then they'll loan you some money on your account and they'll report for you. Self-lender just made it a little bit simpler where they'll put money into an account for you and allow you to pay on that account. And again, I talk a little bit more about self-lender in another video, and I'll talk more on these guys moving forward, but check them out. Very simple to use and understand if you're looking to get an installment account. Why is that important? Credit mix is important. So you got to have revolving accounts like your credit cards, and you have to have installment accounts, things you pay a specific amount on every single month. By doing that, your credit mix is good, and then it also helps further promote your credit score and credit report. So if you're not planning on buying a car, not planning on getting furniture or getting a house anytime soon, then self-lender would be a viable option for you. And then lastly, just quickly, Ox Publishing, Hutton Chase. It's similar to Jewelers Club. I'm not like super crazy about them. I don't think I've even offered them to anyone in the group when they mentioned some trade lines. But I mentioned them in the handbook only because as people that really overhype and oversell what these accounts are and who they are and what they do, and have people and they charge for this information. So I just want to expose this so people could see it and then make their own assessment. Does it work? Yes. Do I recommend it? Not really. It's like a third option if you know. It's a very specific situation where I would recommend these, and I probably haven't recommended it in the last, I don't know, maybe month or two. So if you're interested, I would just suggest contacting me first and letting me see if it's a viable option for you, if it even makes sense. And then with that page right there, we have a law firm that wanted to help us on the actual disputing side, but they're not into disputing anymore. They want us to do all the disputing. And that relationship's important because there's sometimes where credit bureaus, you know, they make mistakes. Collection agencies, believe it or not, they make mistakes. And when politely asked to correct those mistakes, they refuse to, or they ignore it, or they're just unreachable. So sometimes we have to bring a law firm in to actually motivate them to do the right thing. And when we do that, and if we have to do that, usually it results into that credit bureau or that creditor paying damages to our client, you being our client. So one of the biggest advantages for working with us is that if in the event that we see violations, and there's tons of violations for different reasons. I'm going to do some videos talking about violations or the 13 most common violations. But if we see violations, we could dispute those violations for our client, and then it's not just a back and forth, you know, begging the credit bureaus to do the right thing. If it's a violation and it is not removed, then we are contacting our law firm next. We're not playing with these guys. We have other things to do. So our law firm's going to handle it from there. The account will be removed and we're going to make them pay our client damages. So that's just a little bit, when I say damages, I mean money. We're going to make them pay you money. So that's just a little bit of the muscle that we put in place for our clients and making sure they have the best service and representation possible. What else? Okay, so then just as far as repairing credit. So this is already a long video, but first thing you want to do is update your name, addresses, work information. We're playing defense now, guys. So we have accounts that's out there, collection accounts, charge-off accounts. They have information on you. First thing you want to do is try to suppress or remove that information that makes validating those accounts harder in the future. So getting the information removed is the first step. The second step is getting your inquiries removed. Why? The reason is, again, we're playing defense. So if they don't have the right personal information on you, they don't have the inquiries for those specific accounts that we're targeting are no longer on the report, that even further heightens the possibility of getting that account removed. So we want to weaken their position on validating the account and strengthen our position. Then, of course, you want to, if you have tax liens or public records, you want to put a freeze on your public records. Same thing, playing defense. If the credit bureaus investigate your account saying, hey, this BK is inaccurate, this tax lien is inaccurate for whatever reason, they're going to try to reach out to public data sources like ARS, LexisNexis, SageStream, CoreLogic, and Novus, and they're going to try to reach out to them for some additional information. If your records with these companies are frozen, the credit bureaus cannot contact them. So that, again, makes validating the account difficult. So that is our intention. We want to make things hard for the credit bureaus, make things hard for the creditors. I'm for you guys. I know some people may object to that, but I'm for you guys. If you tell me, hey, this is my situation, this is where I want to go, I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to put you in the best position for that. So moving forward from there, and we have some for check systems as well. So some of you guys in check systems, I have a list of banks you can go through that will get you in without checking, and then we know how to deal with check systems as well. And then as far as like disputing, just 609 letter, 609 letter for public records collections, charge-offs, and then with late payments, you have to be careful because you do not want to send a 609 to an account that has one late payment but it has 10 years of positive history, get the account removed. You're losing your history, so you remove the entire account, your score actually goes down. So with late payments, you may have to send a late payment removal. You may have to ask for a late payment forgiveness. Or if it's a really bad account, you may want to get the account entirely removed. So it just kind of depends on that account. So you have to be smart about that. And then also, guys, what's the point of doing all of this if you're going to continuously have late payments, if you're still applying for everything underneath the sun? While you're doing the credit repair, please do not apply for anything else. Please try to keep your balances on your credit cards as low as possible. And just be patient throughout the process so you can get the results that you need and you're looking for, and then we can reevaluate. We can get you with some good credit unions, get you with some good credit cards, and do the things that you want to do once you're set up the right way. And then the last thing that I mentioned is, I posted about, some little things with credit cards. Like, some people ask about secure credit cards, so there's my recommendation here. And then I like Capital One, for the interest rate that it's currently offering, and then the $400 bonus. And then if you have someone in your family that has a long-standing good relationship, good payment history on a credit card, you can also get added to their credit card as an authorized user to borrow their good payment history as it's being placed on your credit, and that further drives your score. So that's really important if you have that option. If you don't have that option, you can contact me. I have trade line sources all day, every single day, reliable sources that really work, that really post, that really help you out, that I stand behind. So if you need that, feel free to contact me and we'll get that done for you. So to recap, you guys know, play defense, update your personal records, get the inquiries removed, put a public freeze on your records if necessary. After you play defense, be smart, analyze your account, see which accounts you should go after, which accounts you shouldn't go after, which accounts would help your score, which accounts would hurt your score if you attacked it. Just be smart because you have certain goals in mind. Understand what you need to do first, second, and third. And then third, which can also be part of part 2, is adding the right trade lines, getting yourself in a better position. Now that you've cleaned your credit or had us clean your credit, now let's get you the right trade lines to where you can bolster your score, get 50, 60, 100 points. It's funny, I've actually seen up to 160 point increase just by doing the rent reporters. I actually had a guy get 168 point increase just by rent reporters, which is crazy. But typically I see somewhere between 30 and 60 points, which is still nothing to laugh at. That's pretty good, improvement. So these things really work, guys. And then with the authorized users, I've seen hundreds of points increase just by adding 2 or 3 AUs, and sometimes not even that. I've seen 100, 150 point increase. So it all depends on the file, of course. Some files are thicker than others and require different things, but you can really make a change in your situation if you take action and do the right thing. So again, if you want me to help you out, you can inbox me. Um, I'll be more than happy to take a look at your situation. What I'm doing right now is $295 for a single person. If it's a couple, it's $495. If you need payment arrangements, we could accept payment arrangements. It's a little bit of a premium for payment arrangements when we break that up for you. If you want the credit analysis, I'll be happy to do that for you. It's $25. And after that credit analysis, you decide to start doing the credit with me, then I'll credit that $25 towards your credit repair. So instead of it being $295, it'll be $270 extra after that. And yeah, so I think that pretty much covers just about everything. I'm afraid to even click over because I'm getting all these notifications. So I don't want someone's personal information popping up. I get inboxes all the time. So feel free, feel empowered. If you want to go through it, go through it. If you just want some direction, you could do that. You can hit me up. I'll pay the little 25 fee. I'll tell you everything you need to do, what letters you need, the whole 9 yards. I'm bringing a team of heavy hitters with me where they're going to be just as informed and just as proficient as I am. So I'll be able to offer them to the group and they'll be able to do amazing jobs. I have a amazing processing team where we're knocking out these letters left, right, and crooked, getting things done. So we want your utmost confidence, utmost respect, and just know that we're going to do an amazing job for you. Also, we do have a 90-day guarantee on our services, so we can accomplish the things that we're set out to accomplish. We'll be happy to refund the money back. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that just about covers it. So let me know any questions. I'm going to post some information underneath this video as well, as far as like some discount codes and just things that you may need in order to get the process started for yourself, rather it's the personal side or coming aboard professionally. So look forward to talking to you guys soon. And yeah, to the next time.